What if your whole life turned on one moment of obedience? Not a grand achievement, not a miracle, just this. God said, "Go," and Abraham obeyed. But what if I told you he didn't obey all at once, and that delay nearly cost him everything? By faith, Abraham obeyed. 2 words, he obeyed. But within them is an entire world of meaning. He could have stayed in Ur. He could have ignored the call. And if he had, his name would have disappeared from history, a forgotten tribal chief with no legacy. But Abraham took the step. He left his land. Sort of. Because instead of leaving everything, he brought something with him. His father, Terah. Terah wasn't part of the calling. His presence created delay, distraction, maybe even spiritual confusion, and so they stopped at Haran, a comfortable halfway point, not Ur, not Canaan, just in between. And they stayed there for years. No new visions, no fresh promises, just silence. Because partial obedience is still disobedience, and Haran is where many callings go to die. Genesis 12:1. It wasn't just a call, it was an interruption, a severing, a summons. What about you? Is there something or someone you brought along that's holding you back? It might be a relationship, a habit, a fear, a dream God asked you to lay down, but you didn't. And now your soul is stuck in Haran. The journey paused. No new direction, no clear voice, just waiting. Abraham's story warns us, be careful who you bring with you. Terah's compromise cost Abraham 15 years of delay. Sometimes obedience means letting go of what we love so we can receive what God has prepared. When his father was dead, he removed him into this land. Acts chapter 7, verse 4. Only after Terah died did Abraham resume the journey. God hadn't forgotten him. The promise hadn't been canceled, but the path could not move forward until the weight was gone. And maybe that's where you are now. You wonder why the blessings are delayed. Why God feels silent. Could it be he's waiting for you to let something die? Not out of cruelty, but because he loves you too much to let you settle in Haran. He is the gardener, and he prunes what holds us back so we can bear fruit again. Eventually, Abraham obeyed completely, and that's when everything changed. He crossed the desert, left behind comfort, refused to settle even in Damascus. He kept going until he reached the land God had promised. He didn't know where he was going, but he knew with whom he was going, and that made all the difference. So what does Abraham teach us here? Delayed obedience is dangerous, but it doesn't disqualify you. God still waits for you and he still calls. Real obedience sometimes begins again, after something dies. Don't stay in Haran. Don't let halfway obedience define your life. Pick up the journey. Even now, he still calls. This story is drawn from Abraham, The Obedience of Faith by F.B. Meyer, Chapter 3. He obeyed. Join us in the next episode as Abraham takes his next step toward a promise that will bless the world. Subscribe now and walk this journey of faith, chapter by chapter, with us.